93.5 CHMR-FM, and we are back, folks. About 11 minutes past the hour on a cold Friday morning. I always get that mixed up, Tyree. But yeah, so folks, we're here. We have a lot to talk about. We have about that stuff we're going to be talking after the break regarding our actual Seahawks news. But I want to introduce to you guys right now, first time on a radio show, I do believe, Tyree Haley. Tyree, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Thank you, Theo, first and foremost, for giving me this opportunity. My first time on a radio show, so it's pretty exciting to be here, and I'm happy to be here for Mon.
Nice. And just to get people, to let them know who you are. Tell them, what you're doing in school, how long you've been here, where do you come from. Give us a little bit of that.
For sure. Well, I originate from Halifax. I came here in 2010 and got the privilege to play basketball for 2 years. Teammate of yours, as you remember, me and Theo are good friends. We go back. Mm-hmm. Business major. Decided to do marketing. I'm graduating here in May, so I'm pretty excited for that and just getting ready for the next chapter of my life.
Okay, yeah. Folks, if you don't know, I think I did mention it on the airwaves as well. I too am in my 5th year, so Tyree and I, for those of you who don't know, we came in 2010, same year, to play for Memorial Seahawks. Folks, they used to call us, yin and yang. Do you remember, telling us? Do you want to tell the people a little bit how we were always opposites of each other, but we complemented each other as well?
For sure. Me and Theo are very alike in many ways, but we're also very different. And I'll give you an example for basketball. I was more of an offensive player, and Theo was more a lockdown defensive player. Mm-hmm. And we just, we always clashed together and had good times and stuff. It's
good. Folks, it's been a long time coming, and I'm glad for those of you who were paying attention to the show, you may have noticed that, yes, we were supposed to have Tyree on the show at one point. We didn't get that to happen, a few mess-ups. But nevertheless, folks, he's here and we're here. Yes. So I want to talk right now because we have about 17 minutes before we have to go to a halftime break in the sense of the word. Let's talk your entrepreneurship. As a business major, as a marketing major, tell us about the company that you've recently started up.
Well, I've always had a passion for healthy fast food. It's just been something that I've always looked up to, I guess, and I was thinking about something that I could, offer people that would be healthy for them, and I want to really switch it up. I want to try something new. So one day I was just looking on the internet, browsing, and I came across some sushi, and I've talked to a lot of people, and it's starting to really grow on people. People are starting to really like sushi, and here in St. John's, I know they have a few sushi spots. So I kind of took it, Theo, and I ran with it, and the first batch of sushi I made, it didn't turn out the greatest, and it got better over time, and it's something I really enjoy doing. I want to keep doing it. I haven't really been focused on it, to be honest, in 2015, but I hope to start it back up in February.
So, you started in 2014. What's the name? The
name of my sushi is called Refresh Sushi. The name was inspired by my friend James. He's back in Halifax, and I just thought that a refresh was a good name for it. It's a good healthy type of name, and it kind of brings a healthy perspective definitely to sushi, because people think sushi right away, raw fish. I don't want to try it. And I was one of those people too. Just a year ago, my dad took me out to sushi and was like, yeah, like it's great, and I was like, no, not for me. But then it's one of those things you have to grow accustomed to, I guess,
Well, I mean, it is a delicacy, and I too have recently started my sushi, venturing, dabbling a little bit in the sense of it. And it's very easy to get one batch from another batch and be completely different.
It's all about that rice.
It's the rice. Yeah. So tell me a little bit, because I frankly, I don't know how to make sushi. I understand you have raw fish, rice, and some type of wrap. But, tell us, let's delve a little bit in here. How do we actually make a sushi?
Okay, well, probably the most important thing, obviously, as opposed to the rice, would be the fish itself. The fish has to be fresh fish. The fresher the better, because you're eating raw fish, and it could be very dangerous to eat raw fish and for it not to be good. So So yeah, you have your raw fish. You can have tempura. You can have shrimp. You can have smoked salmon. You can have spicy tuna. There's all kinds of different options. Basically, what I do first is I make the rice, and it takes quite a bit of time just to make sure it's perfect and cooked. Then I'll take the nori and I'll cool down the rice, and I'll place the rice on top of the nori and let that cool off a little bit, and then I'll have
What's a nori?
Oh, okay, sorry. Nori is the seafood, so that's the green, I guess you could say, seaweed.
Okay.
Type of stuff that
Sure.
Use.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, continue.
So what I'll do is, I'll cut up the vegetables in really small pieces. Usually I'll have cucumber and avocado. Those are my two favorite. And I'll just place it on, roll it up, and put it in the fridge, make it cold. Make a little spicy mayonnaise, which I use sriracha sauce and mayonnaise, and it tastes great. The rest is history.
Are you doing all this by yourself? Are you like the sole, person behind Refresh Sushi?
Yes and no. I mean, I've had, luckily I had two friends that have helped me with it. One friend helped me with more, so the advertising, and then another friend helped me with making it sometimes. But it's mostly primarily myself.
Yourself, okay. And I'm just curious, you're a student, you're also trying to do a lot of stuff in terms of music, you're about to graduate, I understand you work as well. How much time does something like Refresh Sushi, your own business in a sense, take up out of your life? How much time?
It takes up a lot of time, Theo, because it's such a long process to make the sushi. I can't just whip it up and just, serve it. So it takes a lot of time, and that's why I say I haven't really been focusing on Refresh Sushi so far this semester. But as I said, February's coming up. I'm going to start managing my time a lot better, and I'll fit it in there, and I'll come and start giving them out at the library here at the UC. I gotta watch it though, because people ask about oh, do you have license to sell this? And I'm working on that though. So I'm almost.
You need a specific license to sell sushi, or just any type of food on campus?
I think the whole campus thing is a really touchy subject, but as you know, there's lots of regulations and stuff. But just to sell food itself is it's pretty. You have to have some type of license for it and stuff. Luckily, I haven't made anybody sick. So if you're listening, ladies and gentlemen, come get my sushi. It won't make you sick, and you'll love it.
I want to throw it out there so for people to sort of have a medium in which they can go and get your sushi. Where can they go and find the sushi? Where can they get some more information? Tell them about that.
Okay. Well, I have a Facebook page called Refresh Sushi. I recently deactivated my Facebook just because for less distractions. But I still have friends that are monitoring the administration side of it. So you can go on Refresh Sushi, and you can send me a personal message, and it's more so of on demand. So if you tomorrow at lunch, you have a lunch break and you want some sushi, send me a message. Tell me a specific time and place. I'll tell you what I have for the options, and you can come up and meet me. And it's that's how it works so far, baby. Until I could get
nice.
I could get my own shop open up.
Man, okay. Here's a little question I just had, pressing me in my mind. You are about to graduate. You're not from St. John's. You're a Halifax native.
Yes.
Do you see yourself staying here with this venture, or are you trying to take this potentially back home to Halifax?
That's a great question, Theo. So over the Christmas break, I had the privilege of actually going to a lot of great places like Sushi Nami and places that have real sushi. They've been in the business for a long time, and I had the privilege of trying that sushi out and seeing what elements of I was missing from my sushi. But I would to answer your question, I would definitely probably stay here, just because it is it's on the upcoming here, and in Halifax I feel like it's already hit the mature level. There's a lot of competition in Halifax as opposed to here. There's not too many places you can get sushi.
I do believe there are two places, one
on Water Street and one on Churchill Square.
Yeah, and you guys can go online and find those out. We not exactly sure. We'll refrain from saying the name, unless they want to pay for advertising. If you're listening, folks, CHMR.ca, and you can contact our executives. But yeah, there's about a couple places in St. John's, and you're the third person. So, like you said, it's a very premature market. It's really wide open for anything.
It really is. It really is.
So you, as a business major, a marketing major, do you have any input at all? You said someone else takes the advertising and the other duties. Do you have any input at all? Do you get to use some of the stuff you take in the classroom and actually implement it into your business?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everybody knows nowadays social media plays a humongous role in advertising, and I took full advantage of that with the Facebook page and stuff. But mostly, your most important thing to focus on is the word of mouth and the positive word of mouth. That's probably what I could take out the most. If you talk to someone, they're more likely to tell you about a bad experience than a good experience. So what I try to do is I try to make all of my my clientele happy with the sushi, make sure they're happy, because it's all about them really at the end of the day. And so yeah, that's primarily what I would say. It's just a word of mouth, passing the good word about Refresh Sushi, saying it's good, give it a try, and that's pretty much it. So look who is. My friend from Monchi is coming in for the next segment of our show, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, welcome Timo Sargent. Close the door behind you there. Yeah, folks, we're just joined here now, Timo Sargent. So potentially, hey, Timo, just you see that microphone right in front of you? Why don't you tell the people a little bit? Hey, just give them a little shout out.
Hey guys, just ran over here, pretty sweaty, pretty out of breath.
Okay. Anyway, Timo's gonna be here. Maybe he might join us in the second half, maybe not, we'll see. We have another microphone for him. Let's get back to Refresh Sushi. I had a pressing question I had in my mind, and I just simply forgot it when Timo came in the building. Embarrassing. Nevertheless, okay, so yeah, we were talking, using the stuff that you've learned in your actual marketing degree and schooling, implementing into the workplace, and you're saying it's all about good and bad experiences, trying to promote the good, word of mouth. What's sort of like that one moment where you felt like, yeah, I know that this may be not like my last and final venture, but I want to go for this, right? Was there like a specific moment where you felt like, man, I just made this person make their day, and then now I'm going to do this, try and make it happen?
Yeah, it was basically just all my friends trying my sushi and telling me it was great, and I've heard so much positive things about it. I only really heard one person say that my sushi was okay, and it's funny, Theo, because that one probably touched me the most. I was a little hurt by it, but nonetheless, it was positive feedback because it made me want to be better and excel in it.
Yeah. Do you have like sort of like a quarterly plan, 2-3 year plan ahead? Do you have goals for yourself, or?
I want to say yes, Theo, but I'm so focused on other things. I want to close doors before I open up new doors, and that being graduation and making sure that I get my degree successfully, and making sure I have some work, and because I can't always rely 100% on the sushi. So, but I mean, hopefully down the road, Refresh Sushi will grow, and maybe whether it stays with just sushi or it will grow into a healthy fast food place, which was my dream to begin with. That would be pretty great, and maybe sushi will be on the menu.
Who knows? That'd be awesome. I want to know, this being not your first venture, say entrepreneurship, you have something else. Yeah. I want to talk about how you've led up, how you've come to this point now selling sushi.
Wow. It all started back in entrepreneur class back in 2000 and maybe 10 or 11. I'm not too sure what it was. One of the projects, they probably still do it to this day, is you come up with 3 business ideas and you try to excel with them. And the 3 businesses I had, one was a barbershop, which I was cutting hair outside of my house. It was called Above Cuts, actually. Now I work for Rouge Barbershop up on Mayor Avenue. The other one was the healthy fast food place, and then the other one was some type of you could rent bicycles and drive them around the city. So those are my 3 venture ideas, and it's funny because 2 of them I tried to implement. So it's nice to be able to do that and to see how far you can get with it, and
Yeah.
just go with it, man. I mean, you got one life to live, right?
Yeah. We had Noel Moffat, one of the first people we ever had here on the show.
Yes, my good buddy, yes.
Lee, founder, I guess, him and Robert Hickman of
Athletic Aid, yeah.
Athletic Aid Apparel, there you go, exactly. And one thing that I noticed when I spoke with him, he said, this being his first one, he's learning a lot on the fly, sort of making those mistakes and then moving on, trying to fix them and not repeat those. But
exactly.
that, it makes a gradual increase of, just experience. You having already done, say, an above cuts hairstyling, hair cutting venture, how does that help you now as a Refresh Sushi, person?
Well, first and foremost, shout out to Noel. He's a good buddy of mine, play basketball, and he has a great business that he got on the go, and so kudos to him. I would say Theo is just being more professional and caring more about your customers. When I was cutting hair, I would cut in the front room of my house, and in the beginning I had garbage bags as the cape, so you didn't get hair on yourself. And there was a couple guys I messed up their hair, you being one of them.
Yeah.
But
one of the first ones. It was
one of the
good,
first
though.
ones. One side was good, but the other side had a little work to do. But yeah, just learning from it, I guess. They're both service type projects, but they're very different in a sense where they don't really complement each other. They're kind of opposite. Mm-hmm. One's hair and then one's food, and you don't want to mix the two.
Oh no, absolutely. Yeah, that's actually very well put. Yeah, that's really good. Let me think. I had a sheet of questions on me, but I'm not all perfect, and I forgot it. Oh, here we go. This is what I wanted to know.
Okay.
This was the tie-in. So here it is. The show's called Varsity Life, typically for varsity athletes.
Yes.
And I don't want to say exclusively just because you're a varsity athlete, that's the only way you can get on the show. But I'm just trying to, draw a parallel of how athletes or former athletes use everything that they've learned in sport and implement that into their daily lives after sport. For instance, being accountable, learning now how to deal with hard work, dealing with adversity, getting told you can't do something. Say you can't, you get cut from a team. Mm-hmm. And then what do? Do you sit down and curl up in a ball and die, or do you try and build yourself back together and move up? These are just three examples that I feel like a lot of varsity athletes deal with and gather, those abilities faster than a person who wouldn't. You being a former varsity athlete, I want to know how that helps you in your entrepreneurship.
For sure. Well, I mean, being able to play for the basketball team was such a privilege. Peter's such a great individual, and he's taught me a lot. But yeah, I definitely think that the teamwork is probably the biggest thing, and just because you learn, it's like you have an extra family, and you get so close with these individuals, and they're counting on you, and it's similar to the business. You know what I mean? People are counting on you to deliver, what they're expecting to get, and that's what should motivate you alone, is just your passion for it, and mm-hmm. you wanting to help people. And that's generally what I want to do at the end of the day, is help people. So whether it's, give them a nice haircut, or, give them some nice sushi, or, just someone to talk to, whatever they need really at the end of the day.
That's very well said, Tyree. And I do agree. It is a, not everyone has that sort of quality where they can go and just sort of really think about someone else and be completely unselfish. And I feel like you have that in a sense. And you try
not all the time.
I mean, hey, we're not all perfect, but we all try and make stuff happen. Yeah. And what I'm saying is, you have a medium in which you can do that, but it's a self-made one.
Yes.
No one told you that, hey, come and work at my sushi place, or come cut hair with me. You're like, I need to do something, and then you went ahead and you went for it.
For sure.
And I just really, I respect that. So
thank
way
you,
to go.
I appreciate that a bunch, man. It means a lot coming from you, man. So
keep up the hard work. Folks, you can catch any information. You can actually order on facebook.com/refresh sushi.
Refresh sushi. Yeah, guys, I'll get it up on the go this weekend if you guys really want, and I'll go full force with it. I'll spend less time at work and more time in the kitchen cooking up that good stuff.
Yeah, folks, and you can check us out on Varsity Life on Facebook as well. We will be liking Refresh Sushi after the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So if you forget where to go, you can go on our sidebar and see our likes. Nevertheless, we are about 30 minutes past the hour here on the Varsity Life, and I think it's time for a break. And stay tuned. This is Theo. You guys are tuned in. We got Timo here as well. Tyree Haley in
Ty Reels.
When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about Seahawks sport because we have to. That's the whole.
Of course.
You know, and then we're going to talk Manchi music.
Manchi Monarchy.
All right, everyone. I don't know what I was about to say there. Stay tuned. We're going to go to some radio breaks, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
One take. Too late. Too late. Too late. Too late. I'm feeling arrogant. I'm feeling decadent. I'm feeling like if you want it, you could get it then. But Timo, why all the mixed up feelings? I was a fly on the wall, listening to no ceilings. Roll up at your door, warmth all in my core, never sure. Scared of what the world had in store. Now I won't stop till my checklist anorexic. Inspiration so eclectic, motivation so electric. When the Manchi boys on pew pew, you might perish. Rabbits out the hat and now the grass got them carrots. But I love it. Covenants I covet. Girls in the house and now they dancing on the dove it.
Oh,
sorry Theo, I was getting into the song.
No worries. That is Gate by my man Timo Sargent. Timo, much love. I've been playing it on the show ever since I cleaned it up a little bit, you know. But folks, honestly, if you're trying to listen to any of that, you can catch the boys got it on SoundCloud, right, Timo? Right, Tyree?
Yes, we do. SoundCloud, Vimeo, check us out.
Yeah, Manchi Monarchy. You guys can get on that. I gotta talk a little bit about our Seahawks, though. However, so Tyree, feel free to chime in at any point in time.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to.
We're gonna talk about this for maybe about 5 minutes because we got a lot to talk about with Tyree when we finish up. So 34 minutes past the hour, and let's get into it.
For the next demonstration.
With this musical art form, you outperform something beautiful. You feel it in your cuticles, it might be new to you, but still considered suitable.
What's up, guys? This being an edited version of the show, you can catch all of our Seahawk action live. Mondays, Fridays, 10 a.m., CHMR 93.5 on the radio, mun.ca/CHMR online. You can check out our Facebook page, Varsity Life. Be sure to check that out. As well, all of the information about the Seahawks, you can catch that goseahawks.ca, I do believe. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So we're going to be coming right back here now with Tyree talking about Manchi Monarchy. All right? So stay tuned. We're going to keep it going. Folks, we are back right now. We're going to be done with the Seahawks right now. I want to talk some quick music because we only got about 19 minutes left here on the show. Tyree, what is Manchi Monarchy?
Manchi Monarchy is so many things. I'm just joking. Manchi Monarchy is basically a group. It's all former Seahawk basketball players, actually. We all live together. It first started back in, I'd say, the end of August, beginning of September. Timo bought a mic, and, he wanted to do some other stuff with it. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to do, some reading or spoken words. And we just thought it would be fun to, make a track, like, spit a little verse. And it started off, we made a first song called 35, Manchi, 35. I don't know if you'll ever hear that song. Hopefully, maybe one day you will. And then we followed up with Low Key. The rest was really history, man. I don't know else how to put it. It all came together. We really worked hard in September. It was probably the hardest month we worked. We made about 20 tracks in that month alone. And really, we just look to have fun and make music and, make people happy, I guess.
So you said four you guys are living together. Who are the four?
Yes. The four is me, myself, Ty Reels, Timo, a.k.a. Weird Beals.
Hello.
There's Vince LaSalle, Devontae, and there's Kevin and
Kevin
Prince
has a
Hakeem.
Nickname.
Prince Hakeem.
Prince Hakeem.
Prince
okay.
Hakeem.
We also made another track you'll never hear, which is a diss to our landlord, or an ex-landlord, our current one. And you'll never hear that.
You'll never hear that.
Maybe in the Lost Files, in the Lost Records in 10, 15 years.
10 or 15.
10 or 15 for sure. For sure.
So, okay, listen, you guys started up, and this is just since September?
Yeah, just since September. We got the name Monchi from the street. Obviously, we live on 35 Monchi, on the corner of Empire and Monchi is the easiest way to describe it. Yeah, we just, we get together. We started off getting beats from the internet and kind of going with it, and then we realized there's copyrights and all kinds of legal stuff with that. So we were fortunate enough to find a guy named Marcus, Mattis Mardella. Shout out to Mattis. He helps us with most of our beats, and Mr. Benson as well. He gives us a lot of beats.
Something like this?
Yeah, something like this.
Marcus is really a musical genius, to be honest.
So Marcus is, would you say, just a producer, or
Yeah,
is
he's strictly a producer and a b-boy and a nursing student. So
I fucking love it.
Years and years of musical experience.
yes.
Nice. Okay. So he's a nursing student. You guys, how'd you? Where's the connection come? Because these types of things, I feel like they're chance, they're fate in a sense. Like
Completely.
I think Timo will be able to touch on this a little bit.
I was working out of the gym, and we were throwing around ideas for an upcoming video, and I saw Marcus dancing in the corner of the gym where all those guys do b-boy stuff, and he's really good at that. And I went over and asked him about that, and he said, "Oh, like I produce too." I was like, "Oh, like whatever." Like he said he did like was it lo-fi trap or something? That didn't really sound like anything we do. But then like I'd never heard any of his stuff. But then when he sent it, it was just we knew like from the start. Once the piano kicked in, we knew what was going on.
Okay. And just, there's a good group of them. Also in that group, DJ Nomad, right? Good friend of mine, Jonathan Marshall. That's a good guy right there. What do you got playing in here in the background? You got a beat playing, Tyree?
This is the Quest interlude. I did a song to this. I couldn't play it today, unfortunately, because I had to edit a little bit, but I just thought I'd play a little beat for you, give you a little sample.
Let's just take a moment here. These are the type of beats that you're going to be hearing in Monchi music. So what would you guys do on this? Like, where's your inspiration come from? Like, everyone has styles, right? Everyone has different types of motives when they're behind the mic. How do you guys get your stuff?
On a quest for greatness. No, I just listen to a beat and I'll go with it, and just whatever it gives me, that's what I'll do. I prefer to do the hooks. I'm not really a lyricist. That's more so Timo and Vince LaSalle. Prince Hakeem just got that gully voice. It works perfectly. We just bring everybody brings something different to the table, which is always nice.
You guys got a good dynamic, I gotta say. But one thing that I always, I look at it, 4 is a tough number. 4 is a tough number for everyone to get mic time, for everyone to sort of, say that. At least me as a fan. What would you say to that?
I would disagree. Like, just when we started out, tracks were coming out so quickly because there's 3 verses in the traditional kind of rap song. So 3 guys would do a verse, then one guy would hold down the chorus, and we were doing a song like in the morning, in the afternoon.
It's done.
2 tracks a day, like for a while.
You guys are on some Tupac.
Guys, and can I mention this? We actually make our songs in a closet, and we use.
Don't tell them.
Let them in. Let them know.
I'll let you know because it's 100% raw. Like, we had no experience with this whatsoever, and we kind of did it as a joke, but then it turned into something real. We had a show at the Breezeway on September 26th. Not too many people know about that.
I was there.
You were there, Theo. Shout out to Theo. There might have been about 30 people there, and then our big break was when we went to Allure, and they had an amateur night where a lot of local talent came in, and
it was actually the warm-up show for Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, it was a warm-up show for Machine Gun Kelly. Thanks, Timo. I forgot. It's been a while.
So what are you guys doing next? Like, what's next on the plate? You guys got you've done a couple of shows. Is there an EP? Is there an LP? Is there more shows that folks can come out and check you out? What's up?
Right now, our main focus is the EP with Mattis Mardella. You're playing his beats, and I know you've been playing one of our songs, "Star," for a while.
Yeah.
So
You are Star to Me.
You Are Star to Me. That's a hit. Basically, we've got a video coming for that.
Okay.
And then once the video's done, you'll be prompted to go to whatever website we choose, and then there'll be an EP there. You should definitely check that out. And that's coming up in the next couple weeks for sure.
Well, what's coming up next, Tyree? What we got? Is this a good, clean one?
This is clean. It's on the album. It's more like an interlude, just in between tracks. Pretty calm melody kind of beat.
This is the kind of stuff I like to play on my show because I have an affinity towards, say, hip-hop, which is tuned to like a jazzy nature. Something that I can always like lean back, chill, but at the same time you still got that boom boom bap happening in the background because you got to bring it back. But I want to know next, you guys, how are you guys managing all this? You're producing, on 1.3 songs a day. Like, where does school, where does life, where do relationships fit in? Like, how do you guys deal with all that?
Back then it was just so easy because school was just starting up and we had so much spare time and we were making videos and songs and doing this and that. But then reality kicked in around October and midterms were coming up, and so that's why we kind of slowed down a bit, and I'm hoping to get started back up. We got to finish the EP. We have one track named called Minsu that needs to be finished.
Shout out Kevin D.
Shout out Kevin D. And me too. I wrote to it. I just never got to record on it. And then we'll be able to drop, the EP. Sorry, that whatever's playing in the background.
I don't know what it is, but I like it.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Sometimes I actually just play music if I'm here by myself. Just play music the entire time on the show and talk Seahawks stuff.
Have fun with it, man. Have fun with it. As long as you're having fun, feel.
And I feel like the same goes for you guys. I mean, you're doing, you have your Refresh Sushi, but you're also doing the music. Timo, you got a lot of stuff. You do a lot of writing. You do this music as well. And I mean, the whole point of it is to have fun, isn't it?
Definitely.
And this is a way to do it. So I'm wondering, are you guys at the stage where you're contemplating maybe signing with, a late, I don't want to say a label, but a big thing? I don't know. Like, let our viewers know. Let our listeners know what's happening.
I think we're so new to the game and stuff, and so such amateurs really, that anything like that's really out of the question right now.
Okay.
It's just just having fun, building, getting better, just improving ourselves really.
How do you approach the way that you write? I want to know, like, Tyree, I want to know your style. I want to know your style, Timo. Like, let's get a bit of the inspiration. Why do you do what you do? How do you do it?
Well, for me, I guess Timo could be pretty much the same or different. But what we used to do is we hear a beat and we came up with a chorus to it and a hook, and then we'll basically be like, "What's the topic? Oh, it's girls. Oh, it's drink. Oh, it's partying. Oh, it's this. And then we kind of had a subject, and we worked off of that and just wrote our lyrics accordingly.
Definitely, when I think about like some of my favorite MCs, like Rick Ross, anything like that, Drake. Like, they always come in with that first line, and it always just, captures your attention. It's like the first sentence in paragraph, whatever, anything like that. So yeah, I definitely just try to have that first line that's strong, that comes in. And even, like, you just feel strong when you say it.
Yeah. I know you're absolutely right. When even for instance, Gate, the song that we played coming in off the halftime here, just that first line that you hear, you're instantly hooked. Like, you want to see what's he going to say next, how's he going to play with this, what's happening here. I really, that makes a lot of sense. I want to know, because you did mention, Rick Ross, Drake, those are big guys for you. Timo, because Tyree's doing something, who is your inspiration when you think of big time rappers, someone that you like look up and maybe want to, not pull from, not bite from, but are inspired by that?
Recently, J. Cole, after hearing 2014, Forest Hills Drive.
Okay.
And now that we're actually making music and stuff, and it sounds like, I guess it would sound arrogant, but like, you hear it and it's almost like you want to compete with them. Like, you hear it, it's like, oh, that's nice, but like, why couldn't I do that? Why can't, a couple years, why couldn't I come with that same fire? So I think those are definitely inspirations in the competitive man.
Tyree, what are you thinking?
I mean, Timo pretty much hit it right on the button. These guys out here, they're so successful, and I don't think they're better than us. I think that they just have more exposure, and they got better equipment, and they deal with less struggles. But at the end of the day, I'm glad with the plate that I was given, and I couldn't ask for a better three people to work with and make music with, because it's all about having fun, and we're close friends, and it works well. It works well.
So let's get realistic in a sense here. You're all undergraduates at university. The goal is to pursue an education, potentially, hopefully graduate and take that into the real world, into the working world. However, you guys are doing something which is so not, you don't need to go to a course for this. There is no course to take. There's no program. After you graduate, what's the plan? Do you guys have a plan in terms of music?
In terms of music?
Yeah, like we'd had this conversation a year ago. Like I wouldn't have been doing any music, and I would have been like embarrassed to rap in front of you or anything like that. So that's just a cool, like, I don't know, personal development, just to get that confidence leap and everything. But I know that I'm not sure what'll happen with the other three guys, but I know I'll never stop doing it, producing and writing and stuff like that. And definitely it just helps with other things I like to do, and everything just builds off each other, all the different creative vibes.
Tyree?
I think honestly, like, I just enjoy doing it, and whether I continue to do it or if I don't, I hope to. I really hope to continue to make music, and I hope for it to get better over time. Yeah, I just want to take it and go with it, and really just see how far we can really go, and just it's not about the money or the exposure or anything, because I really could care less who's listening. It's just as long as there's a good solid group of people that listen. Most of our friends are fans, and we just do it for fun, man. I can't really go beyond that for myself as it is. I mean, it really is important, but at the end of the day, I'm having fun doing it.
Let's talk, because we have about 5 minutes left on the show. How do you guys deal with setbacks? For instance, you have a show, say no one shows up. How do you guys deal with that? Or you're at a show and no one's listening, right? How do you guys deal with that? How do you guys come back stronger every time?
I think obviously you want the best case scenario to pan out and everything, but I think just being humble and knowing that maybe we haven't paid all our dues and all those kind of things. So if no one's there, that's fair enough. A lot of people haven't heard our music and that kind of thing.
That's just it. And to be honest, as long as you have your core of friends that are there supporting you, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if there's 10 people, if there's 100 people. It doesn't really matter to us much. I mean, at the end of the day, we know we like what we put out, and if we didn't, we wouldn't do it. So
very true.
Let's talk competition in Newfoundland, because you guys because I mean, keep in mind, everyone has to understand, you guys aren't Newfoundlanders. You came here, you came to British Columbia, you came to Memorial just to play basketball. That was the one common thing that you guys had. But you guys are now competing in a sense against the people who've been here a long time. Who, if you say competition is, or who do you feel like you say look up to and respect?
Yeah, the only guy I would say I'm checking for is Nasty Nigel.
Yeah,
that Nasty Nigel LP's coming. That Nasty Nigel video's coming.
Nasty Nigel's nice.
I guess he's fire, man.
Yeah,
I don't see why. Yeah, in 10 years, I don't see why you can't be hearing him on, mainstream radio, or seeing him on TV, anything like that. Well,
actually, I've been talking with Nasty Nige. He's going to be coming on the show Monday, in fact.
I'll be videotaping that as well.
Yeah, you coming in? Mm-hmm. Good stuff. So Monday, folks, you guys can check out Nigel Lewis, aka Nasty. And he's gonna be in here trying to show up, and we're gonna talk a lot about stuff. We will recap a little bit of things happening in terms of Seahawks. Guys, we have 3 minutes left on the show. I want this time for shout-outs, because this is like, you guys don't get to where you are with just without no support team. I want you guys shout out whoever you need to shout out, because it's a big thing. You got to give up love when love is due.
Shout out Theo Stanoy for having us on the show today.
For sure. Shout out Theo.
Way to go. That's a good one. That's a great answer.
Shout out Tim Anebu of TNT Creation.
Okay.
Who are those guys?
It's a young genius.
TNT Creations, what was it?
TNT Creation is a creative firm that releases inspiring and entertaining videos on YouTube. You should definitely check it out.
Okay. Tyree?
Shout out to Monchi, my brothers. Shout out to the Seahawks, my other brothers. Shout out to all our fans. Listening, not listening. Shout out Alpha, I know you're listening, boy. I see you, Bills. Just shout out to everybody that's supported us, came to our shows, took videos. You know who you are. I don't really need to say any words. And just, that's pretty much it. You first and foremost for having us here, man. It really means a lot for you to have us on the show and to give us an hour to talk a little bit about what we have on the go. So
Shout out Corey Beals, too.
yeah, shout out to Corey Beals, because he really holds it down. He comes to Monchi, anytime he's asked to jump on a track, and he's done a few tracks with us, and he didn't make the cut, but the last couple of tracks he's been bringing straight fire to the table. So
he's an intergalactic philosopher, comedian.
Yeah,
Wow.
He's many things.
We would play some of his
Low-key
stuff, but
wizard,
he
too.
swears a lot. So
Well, I mean, if you guys can ever try and develop an radio edited version, I'd be happy to play it, because this is a place, CHMR folks. For those of you who are listening, just come in, ask to have a show. You basically just come in, and if you have an idea, you can run with it. This is a varsity sports show.
Yes.
We have varsity athletes, former varsity athletes on the show doing big things, and this is just me, who is also a varsity athlete, trying to promote that and trying to get everyone to be aware of that first and foremost. With less than a minute left on the show, tell the people where they can go to hear new music, to get more information about shows coming up or album releases potentially.
So go to soundcloud.com/Monchi-is-a-monarchy. That's where all music is. And then right now our videos are on vimeo.com/Monchi-monarchy.
Mm-hmm. Tyree, you anything else?
no, just shout out Luciano. Shout out to Dining Hall.
Thanks so much. Thank
you so much for having us.
Guys, with 30 seconds left, I gotta just quickly spiel. But thanks so much for coming on the show. Folks, you can get us anytime on Varsity Life on Facebook, all right? You can also hit us up on our YouTube channel. You can also get all the Seahawks information, which I said, on goseahawks.ca, and Monchi is a Monarchy on SoundCloud. Check that out. We'll be back on Monday talking a lot of Seahawks stuff. So
stay tuned. We got the video for Star coming out very shortly, as soon as the EP is finished. It's fire. Shout out to Timo, because he's the engineer on all that.
okay.
Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
See you guys, everyone. Have a great weekend. And this is Varsity Life, where we're doing big things every single episode. Stay tuned.
This is 93.5 CHMR-FM.